This is Aaron Golub, host of the Blind Ambition podcast. We'll be bringing you world-class leaders, entrepreneurs, and athletes, people who have overcome obstacles and used their ambition to create enormous success in their lives. If you enjoy this podcast, if you get anything out of it, the only thing I'll ever ask is that you subscribe, rate, and review. Hope you enjoy. What's up, everyone? It's your host, Aaron Golub. This week, I'm joined by Billy Giannouloudis. Billy, how are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. I'm really happy to be here, Aaron. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. So for those of you who don't know Billy is a life coach and motivational speaker. And, to start off, how did you really get into going into those areas, when you were looking at, careers or things that you wanted to do? What drove you towards being a life coach?
Yeah, no, honestly, life coaching came out of nowhere. I was pursuing motivational speaking from honestly high school, where when I was a kid, every kid, no matter what age, you could be 2 years old, you get the question of, oh, what do you want to be with when you're older? And every adult, every grown up asks that. And a lot of kids say, oh, astronaut or firefighter, policeman, whatever it may be. And every time from like literally 2 years old on, when I answered that question, it was just, I just want to help people. And I never knew how that was going to take shape as life went on. And then high school came about and I got a speaking opportunity out of nowhere, where one of the high school coaches, the high school soccer coach, Coach Sheridan, incredible guy, good friend, the team was struggling. And it was my senior year. So all of my friends that I grew up playing soccer with were on that team. So I went into his office after school one day and I said, hey, maybe one of their friends can get through to them. And he's like, Bill, I'll try anything at this point, because the team was struggling. So he gave me the opportunity, sat everyone down in the center of the field for a practice. And that was my first speaking opportunity. And I went in there and just went from the heart, because they're my buddies, they're family to me, and just spoke. And I can't tell you what I said, but those kids still reach out to me to this day, telling me that they still remember that speech and it impacted them so well. And after that, everyone's like, Bill, you have a gift, run with it wherever it takes you. Life goes on. I go to college. I still try to pursue that dream of helping people, still not knowing how. And I started out in the chem field, I thought I was going to find a cure for cancer because I had a hypothesis, and like big dreams, but I started drawing the pieces together. And then the support wasn't really there. That led to psychology. I was like, all right, let me help people with the mind, because I think if we study the mind, people can cure themselves like this, because it takes it to a whole different level. Graduate college, get in the therapy field. And then that's when life really started to open up to life coaching, where a lot of things fell apart in my life. And I came across certifications and trainings to become a life coach under Tony Robbins. So I was able to connect with Tony Robbins, get trained under him and his team of therapists to become a life coach, which at the end of the day was everything I wanted. Because yes, I'm trained in the therapy field, but some people push away from therapy. And life coaching is, all right, hey, we can unpack your past just like a therapist, but I'm going to get you to the next level by taking action with you. And that's truly what drew me to life coaching, where we're not going to stay the same person. We're going to take action and become the best version of yourself. And when I started pursuing that, everything else about me started to come into play, where this is what you're meant to do. Yeah. So that's how life coaching came about. Love it.
And, where has it taken you as of today? How have you continued to run with it? Have you been working with a lot of clients, and what has that path looked?
Yeah, no, it's incredible too, because I still work in the therapy field in a different line of life coaching. And that gave me experiences to step into every age group. So in the therapy field, I'm working with kids, teenagers, and full families to try to help them come together. So that gave me a whole different expertise. In the life coaching area, because of that experiences, I've now been able to help young kids whose parents like, Bill, we tried therapy, it doesn't work, we're willing to take a shot with you. So I'm getting these teenage kids that don't know anything about life. Their self-esteem is very low. I've been able to step into that and get them pursuing something far higher than themselves. And that's incredible. And then I'll get like one of my clients, my very first client I had she came to one of my seminars. She was in her 50s and she was about to retire. And she's like, I don't know where life's going to go. And when you're brought in to help someone that doesn't know, you're able to unpack with them the next step of their life. And she was able to step back and find her own dream. And she was able to create her own CD. She wanted to be a singer from a young kid. It's just she never pursued it. So life coaching opened up where my own experiences became a whole different level because I'm pursuing what I want to pursue, but you're able to step into it and help other people pursue. And then once you start doing that, you realize that other people need this support.
So
And
what
with life
skills
coaching,
and techniques have you learned that have been able to help others unpack, what they want to do, where they want to go? Is there, something that you use on a general basis that helps a lot of people, or is it kind of depends on the situation? You have a lot of, different strategies that you've implemented.
mhm, I'd have to say it definitely depends on the situation because everyone's coming at you with something different. However, I've really, in my own studies, found that the human experience, we're all trying to pursue something. We all have a gift, we all have a dream, we all have a skill. And just through the experiences we go through in life, there's a lot of people that cover that up with fear. And if you step through that fear in the tools that I've learned, that could be six human needs psychology, is what Tony Robbins taught me when I was certified under him. That's where my whole business began. And then to me, that literally just became an open door where, okay, this brought you here. And then now I'm being able to gauge where people are at. Some people come at me from a faith perspective. I'm able to step into that and help them because that's my background too. Some people come at me from more of a meditation perspective. I've been able to learn of that and help people that way. So every client brings something different to the table, regardless of age, regardless of what life stage they're in. And just be able to sit down with someone with the tools I've gained through everything I've learned, no matter what area, I'm able to help them get to where they need to be. And that's the goal.
That's awesome. No,
Mm.
I love that. Was there anything, I know you talked about the experience as a child, just wanting to help people, the experience in high school, sitting down with that team. But is there anything in your life that, maybe it was a different kind of experience, whether it be not necessarily a traumatic experience, but something that caused you to say, this is 100% where I need to go,
Mhm.
helping others in this because I was able to make it through this?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And like I said, after college, I went through a period where life truly fell apart. And that's before I found life coaching and trying to pursue this on my own because um, graduate college, the world hits you at that point and you're trying to get your feet under you, bouncing around a couple jobs, trying to get ready for student loans to kick in for that matter, the good stuff. And, you know, that's when my family wasn't in a good place. My grandmother just passed away from Alzheimer's, and my family truly didn't know how to deal with that loss. And everyone was at each other's throats. Just happened. Not too many people know how to deal with loss, and people started to fight. So me, that's not my MO. I don't fight like that. I'm sitting there, but just seeing the people closest to me tear themselves apart because they couldn't deal with it, that was awful. And then next thing was the relationship at the time that I was in fell apart and I didn't know how to deal with that. And so I went through that breakup and I'm trying to continue to get my feet under me. I had the job in the therapy field. And the coolest thing was that's truly where I started to find my strength because that job's MO was to take you and throw you into the water and hope you swim.
Yeah.
And that's me going into these homes trying to help people out of their dark periods while I'm trying to come out of my own dark period. And the coolest thing I can remember, and like I got that was such a tough time. I can remember driving into work, driving into these houses, and literally pouring myself on the ride. I'm in tears, trying to get through the pain of everything in my life falling apart at that point. I could put it on hold, step in, pull a kid out of his toughest time in the world, have a great time with him, get out of that, go back in the truck, drive home, pour it out again. And that showed me, Bill, you're able to put this stuff on hold to help people. That showed me even more that this pursuit of helping people was there.
Yeah.
And how, again, coming back to the story of how life coaching came about, it was a Saturday night and I'm home alone. No one likes to be home alone on a Saturday night after you've been through a breakup and your family's falling apart and work is stressful. It's the worst time for anyone at that age. And I can remember it was like a message, like literally a message from God dropped in my head, search Tony Robbins. And I was like, at the time, Tony Robbins truly was not a favorite of mine for speaking. and I could listen to Eric Thomas, I could listen to Les Brown, I could listen to Jim Rome, but something about it, it's just something about him like pushed me away. And I got that drop in my head, search Tony Robbins. I was like, all right, Google Tony Robbins. Most times when you Google Tony Robbins, or anyone for that matter, we could Google ourselves, Wikipedia will pop up or Google Images will pop up as first hit. Not for me on that one night where I searched his name and strategic intervention life coach, learn how to do what Tony Robbins does and help everyone in his way that he helps people impact their lives. And I was like, all right, click. And it was a 15-minute video. I watched it and I truly felt in that moment, it was one of those videos where you watch it and like your soul starts feeling that. And I had tears coming down my eyes watching this video and I could just feel it in me or drop in me again. You're going to do this and you're going to help everyone that you can. And from that day on, I put the money down, I got trained, I moved forward with that. But all of that couldn't have come about. All the strengths I'm able to help people build, all the gifts I'm able to show everyone, all the tools I'm able to bring to people couldn't have happened if those traumas, that pain throughout my entire life didn't happen. And when you start to look at things from that perspective, you start to realize, and Aaron, I know you bring this to a lot of your speaking opportunities, everything in your life does happen for a reason, and it's for something greater. And for everything that I went through that led me to life coaching, to led me to helping people, all it did was truly build up who I am and help other people build themselves up. And that's the beauty of all of that. So it was never pain, it was just preparation. And that's huge.
100%. I think that's so important. And from there, you were able to, really build a business, really work with others and talk about that process because, building a business is not as easy as it sounds. And so where did you go from there to saying, this is going to be my career. This is how I'm going to make money, make a living, and create generational wealth in the future with it. What was that process like?
Yeah, that was truthfully, honestly, from getting certified, it became entrepreneurship on a whole different level where you can read about entrepreneurs, you can pick up a business book and you don't really know how to step into it until you truly step into it. And when I stepped into that field, it was like, oh my goodness, what step do I take now? Because yes, they train you to become a life coach and they give you some business expertise to get your name out there, get your stuff going. But I look at it like, all right, we taught you, here's your door, go for it. So you're on your own. I tried every step in the book to try and take to how to get that stuff to the next level. And it started out with just becoming, word of mouth. And I was able to start literally small business steps. Like, all right, we'll do business cards. And I was able to connect with some of the therapists I worked with in the other job I have. And clients would come to me that way. And as any other business starts, you don't have all the information. It's under the table. And that was incredible because it taught me the confidence, like, all right, you can do this officially. People are getting some impact from you. Take the next step. And so from there, I started to spread the reach more. I started to, I've got my own YouTube channel and train myself that way, train myself to help people on the spot, train myself to step out and really reach out to other speaking opportunities for that matter, just to spread it. And every step I took, no matter how weird it felt, no matter how awkward of a step it felt, so much strength came out of that to the point now where Billy G Life Coaching is a DBA. Billy G Life Coaching is able to take the next steps in business and spread its name. And for that matter, the speaking aspect is spreading more where more speaking opportunities are coming up, all because those awkward, worryful steps were taken. And so if anyone's watching this or listening right now, if you're hindered by the fact like, oh, this just feels so weird, I don't know if this is the right step, take this confirmation that take this step because yes, you may fail, but it's all preparation into the next level of success. And that's something I've been able to learn every step of the way. And I'll take that to heart everywhere I go now. No matter how awkward or worryful the step, it's probably a good step to take.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's awesome. And, what are your plans for the future with everything you're doing? Where do you see it going? What do you think the results are going to be? How do you want to continue to help people?
Yeah. My goal from starting life coaching has been and will continue to be, I want I can't say that. It started out being, I want to be like Tony Robbins. Yes, he trained me, but I wanted to reach that level. And then as the experiences grew, as Billy grew, for that matter, as Billy G Life Coaching grew, that whole thing changes. Like, you know what? I want to be like him, but I want to be better than him. And why not set the bar as high as you can get it? Because that's going to help you grow. And then I started to see, as I'm helping people, as I'm helping these clients and truly impacting their lives and getting them to a level they never even thought for themselves. Yes, I learned that, but that's Billy doing it. That's like, sometimes I don't even step into the trainings I did with Tony because Billy's gotten to the level Billy's gotten to. And my next level, my next step, I'm going to expand this thing to a whole nother level where I am on those stages, where I'm talking those big stages. Like, yes, now we can get speaking opportunities, but I'm talking the big time. And because I want to speak and help stadiums of people. That's the ultimate goal, because I love the one-on-one factor. I love being able to reach into someone's mind on a one-to-one level and pull out the person they've always been meant to be. But to do that on stage, like, yes, we've done seminars, we've done speaking opportunities, and those are full rooms. To do that in a stadium, to do that to 10,000 people, that's 10,000 people that are getting an impact. What does that say about the impact you're bringing? And it's not coming from a prideful standpoint. It's coming from a helping standpoint. If I can help 10,000 people in a 2-hour seminar or 3-hour seminar, that's 10,000 people that are going to improve their lives. That's taking the one-on-one scale to a whole nother level. And the beauty of me stepping on stage to do that, and a lot of people are fearful of public speaking, when I'm on stage, it is exactly like one of those one-on-one sessions. I
Yeah,
am speaking to the one person I'm looking at.
it's the same with me. I mean, I love
Mhm.
the stage. I love helping others in large groups. I know like kind of our businesses are different, but at the same time, we are doing that same thing. We want to continue to grow, continue to help more and more people.
Mhm.
And we have a lot of stuff coming up in the future that we're working on together, and things that we're probably going to start to do speaking opportunities together and continue to grow. And I think that as time goes on, you and I both are going to grow our speaking part of our business significantly, whether it be separately or together at times as well.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be incredible too, because how you speak to people. I'm gonna build you up right now, because Blind Ambition, this podcast is incredible. How Aaron speaks to people is, like we said at the start of this, no matter what you've been through, it is preparation to help other people. It is a gift for you to spread to the rest of the world. Aaron's entire story is impacting people, whether he speaks in front of them or whether they find it on the podcast or whether they find it in through one of his other opportunities.
Thank you.
He's bringing it to people. And Aaron and I have gotten together to create Amplify initiatives. I was going to throw this out there at some point here, to help high school and college athletes on a website, and I don't want to say website scale, on a Zoom scale for that matter. We want to expand the reaches. And now during a time of COVID, where people are all on Zoom, if there is a high school or college athlete that is struggling on the field, off the field, that need the tools to help them get to that next level, Aaron brings it to the table and everywhere he does, and I do my best to bring it to the table everywhere I do. And now we're going to put that together, one, to scale it up, to get speaking opportunities, to spread and reach and help more people. But your high school and college athlete can literally do that right from your computer screen right now. And that's exactly what we just said. Expanding the reach, because our main goal is to help people. And if we can expand that, more people are getting help, more people are making progress, more people are achieving their gifts, which in turn, just as it happened for Aaron and I, those gifts are going to help other people, and help other people. And it's the compound effect. If we start now, the dominoes fall, everyone is getting help at some point.
100%, man. And I think that the thing that most people don't understand is when you're focused and your goals are on helping others and creating a collective impact,
Mhm.
then just not only I think that you just see more success because of that, but more people want to work with you. More people want to see you succeed because you're not focused solely on just how can I make a lot of money tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. It's and that's how much I love helping people. Where it's never, I've always had the belief that the secret to living is giving,
Yep.
and that's not getting. And it's incredible to make money. It's incredible to finally get that check in the mail after you've put in the blood, sweat, and tears. And yes, that's an incredible reward, but it doesn't stop there, because your whole goal is to give back.
Yeah.
And just learning about the world, the universe for that matter, to learn, like, I dive into the spiritual aspect a lot. And so biblically or universally, or however people come at it from a spiritual perspective, the more you give, the more you put out there, truthfully, the more it comes back to you. And if we're just trying to help people, we're just trying to give back to people, people are getting help. That gives us the joy. That's what we get back. At the end of the day, that's all you need. That's all you need. Like, money is incredible to build. And yes, that will come as you build businesses. For everyone watching this, whether it is helping people or whether it's something else, your businesses will
If
grow,
you
money will
if,
come.
if you follow the steps and you follow the process and you do your non-negotiables every day, you focus on helping others, then the end is certain. Don't need to worry about the end. It's certain if you
Yes,
if you do everything you need to do.
100%. Exactly. It will come to you when you're putting the efforts in. Wow.
100%. Man, so, what piece of advice would you give to someone, whether it be, a young entrepreneur, someone who's looking to change something in their life, someone who's really stuck in one area? What would you give someone as kind of a piece of advice if they had, 2, 3, 4 minutes with you just to talk?
Mm. My first question would be to them, all right, what is it you want to do? Let's describe that. Let's define that truthfully, where we get an insight into how you describe it. Because if you describe your goal, if you know it down to a T, that's the first step. Next step, we got to make sure people are on board to actually take the action. Where this is how I describe it with my life coaching clients. You know what your current self is. This is who we are now. Then we have our desired self, where all of our goals are, where our dreams are, where, yes, I want to be the millionaire at the business. I want to have that incredible family that loves me, that cherishes me. I want all these things. Your current self isn't there. How do we bridge the gap to get from point A to point B? That's where I come in. That's how I try and help my clients, where it's like, I have the tools, let's bridge the gap. So if you define what that desired self is, step one, that's done. Okay. From current self to there, let's dive in. All right, what's the first step we can take? If you're 21-year-old kid that wants to have an incredible business, that has a goal or wants to be a full-fledged athlete, wants to be in the NFL, wants to be in the NBA, whatever it may be, incredible goal. Are you going to be able to put the time in? Are you going to be able to put the dedication in, to prepare for that success to come to you, to get out of distractions? And I think the more people, I think 2020 with COVID, like, guys, this is January 2nd right now at the filming of this video in 2021. I truly believe 2020 was meant to be a time where we all got back to a center point, where we weren't giving into distractions as much, and we could truly get to the next level. It was all preparedness. A lot of people didn't take it that way. I did my best to try to get to that level because I knew 2021 was going to be 10 times better. And when that mindset comes through, if you don't give into the distractions, the amount of energy, the amount of effort you can put in maximizes. So if you know what your desired self is, you define that. You put that down on a piece of paper right now. You make it a reality by writing that down. Don't give into distractions. Find a way to get there. And obviously, if I'm working with a client one-on-one, we step into those steps to how to get there. If you're not someone that reaches out to me after this call, take the time, put the distraction aside, put the phone away, put the TV away, put the PlayStation controller down, and write out and have that moment of sadness for yourself, and try to see what that next step will be for you. And that's going to open the door to everything right there.
I love that. That's awesome. Appreciate it, man. Where where can everyone find you, on social media, your website, your podcast, everything about you?
Yeah, definitely. So, like, I'll start with the YouTube channel. I've been doing a YouTube channel going on 4 years consistently, where every single Sunday for 4 years, a motivational message has been posted, a motivational interview has been posted with someone else. Aaron has been on that one. We've had great messages there. Once a week with Billy Giannouloudis on YouTube. You type in once a week with Billy G. I know the last name's a little tough to spell. Once a week with Billy G will pop right up. And that's been 206 straight weeks of a video being posted to help people. That was my practice area. But now the interviews are growing. We had an MLB player on the show last week, which was incredible. And if you're looking for something just to have going, something to spark you, go to YouTube, type that in. I would love to see the impact that you get from that. So we start with YouTube. Instagram, at Billy Giannouloudis. I know you can look at the name as Aaron spells it when you post this. But I'll pop up with that. And that's starting to grow a little bit more. Just people seeing the interviews, seeing the client reviews for that matter, seeing what else is going on, whether it's in the gym or whatever, something motivational to help you out. You can find me on Facebook. You can add me. You can definitely reach out to you there. I'll talk to you. I'll respond to you on that. And then website-wise, BillyGLifeCoaching.com. It shows all the tools that I bring to the table when I help people. If anyone reaches out to me, they can schedule a free consultation if they want to be a client. 30-minute call with me. We can dive into that desired self. We can define it. We can see if you and I would be a good fit to grow yourself truthfully into the best person you were meant to be, the person you were meant to be. And that's what I love right there. But BillyGLifeCoaching.com, Instagram at Billy Giannouloudis, Facebook, Billy Giannouloudis, and then YouTube once a week with Billy Giannouloudis. And that's all right there for you guys.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. Anytime you need it, man. Guys, keep your eyes open because Aaron and I are going to get together and we're going to spread something massive to help high school and college athletes. For that matter, everyone. So keep your eyes open.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed it at all, if you got one thing out of it, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you.